Tell them run it up. I wake up. Yeah.
I wake up, flex, thumb down now,
Check.
no drip, just
Wet.
tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no
Rest.
might crash, might
Wreck.
but first I
Stretch.
tell 'em run it up. I wake up,
Flex.
thumb down now,
Check.
no drip, just
Wet.
tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no
Rest.
might crash, might
Wreck.
but first I
Stretch.
tell 'em run it up.
9
out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turned to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ and Tom Brady.
We are here again. Ebony Sports Reporters. We're in the house. Got Coach Rob Jiggy. Coach Rob Jiggy was not able to be with us last week. He said because his pet panda was having difficulty in labor, he needed to be there for his pet panda when he had to go to the vet. So that's what happened. Then got Coach Al Pompey in the house. Then we got Coach Julius Hall. Coach Bernard Brown. I think he sent me a text message saying something about his babysitter's Eskimo dog, like had a broken leg and he had to go do some of that. So I'm just saying that's what it is. But we got some special guests in the house. We got Savannah Bananas pitcher, Alex Pierce from Savannah, Georgia. He's in the house. He's with us tonight. Then we also got University of Tennessee Martin, Dylan Dodson right here in the house, also tied to 27-17, and we're gonna roll with them because we're gonna talk to them tonight because these are some great young men who are making some things happen in their professional lives and in their athletic lives. And so we're glad to have you all here. And we're just gonna throw it on out there. We're gonna say, Alex Pierce, who are you?
Well, my name is Alex Pierce. Obviously, I'm from Savannah, Georgia. I attended Benedictine Military School, 4 years, graduated. And then I attended Savannah State for 5 years, played baseball, graduated with a computer science degree. I got redshirted in baseball my sophomore year, so I played legally for 3 years, I'm actually working at Savannah State, the school that I graduated from. I'm a research program coordinator in the biology department. I do recruiting and I do administrative work, working with a couple professors, and just still grinding, trying to keep the dream alive, my baseball dream, still chasing goals, just trying to be the best person I can be, man. 27 years old.
All right. Then we got Dylan Dodson, 27-17, University of Tennessee Martin. Who are you?
Dylan Dodson. I'm currently in my junior year. I'm a sophomore in the field, minus that COVID year. This is my first year starting for the team. I'm from Savannah, Georgia. I went to Herschel V. Jenkins High School, 4 years. You know how that go. We bleed red and black and gray over there. That's all I got playing. I'm 20.
That's some HBJ.
Right. Don't worry, right? It's not your fault.
HBJ. That's it. And so it's something very special going on with our brother Dodson from HBJ. He was Defensive Player of the Week for the Ohio Valley Conference. But then it expanded. To now being National Defensive Player of the Week. And I'm just going to throw it at Coach Rob Jiggy. What's your thoughts on that, Coach Rob Jiggy? Because
he and I know how dangerous this man is.
Oh, I'm sorry, Coach.
Hey, Dylan knows he has all the potential to be, a great young man. He works extremely hard. I was a little worried about him over the Christmas break because he came home and one of the guys told him, don't bring that weakness to the gym. You remember that, Dylan? We was out there pushing the truck.
Yeah.
And he wasn't feeling too good, but, I'm happy for him, for his accomplishments. He normally sends me and coaches weekly updates so we can keep abreast of what he's doing on the field and also in the classroom. So I'm not surprised. Dylan knows that, we're gonna coach him up, but we also want him to be a better human being. So hopefully those things that he do on the field, they also recognize his talents in the classroom and being a leader at the school as well.
All right.
Appreciate that, Coach.
So it's an open floor. If any other coaches got any comments, any thoughts?
Dale, I don't know whether you see at the bottom of the screen down there. You know the Tennessee Martin, so I knew you could read.
I wasn't trying to pay any mind to it because I feel like you just trying to.
Well, I want you to read that. I want to see whether they're teaching you to read at Tennessee Martin. You see the number one schools in the Chatham County?
Say Tompkins, Wolverine, Beach High, Savannah High, Jenkins High.
Four. You number 4.
I don't like that. They ain't even spell out the whole Savannah High, so they ain't really getting no respect.
It look like they just showing public schools though. I don't see no private schools down there.
Woo! They don't count.
He tells them they don't
I
count.
tell you what, man. It's actually good to meet both of you guys. I'm actually not from the Savannah area, man, but I've been here about 20 years of my life and met some, great guys and, still meeting, not necessarily great athletes, but great young men. And that's where I'm big at. I'm real big on teaching, reaching back and teaching these other young men that's coming up, man, because as a Black man, I kind of feel like we have failed, and things are going, a little to the left. So we got these young men like you guys coming up. I mean, y'all are great influences, definitely great influences. And that's definitely what I like to see going on, man. I appreciate you guys, man, for doing the things that you're doing and being successful and showing other young men that there's nothing that can hold you down but yourself.
Exactly. Appreciate you too. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And so, Alex, not a lot of folks are playing baseball who look like us. Why you still have that drive, have that determination to still be out there doing this right now? Because you play for Savannah Bananas in the Coastal Plain Leagues. So what drives you with regards to that?
I'm not even gonna lie to you. Sometimes I ask myself that question, like, why am I still continuing to do this? But then I think about it, it ain't just for me. It's just for the kids that's young looking up to me who don't got a figure, who don't got somebody to look up to. So, it's always somebody watching. That's why I always try to just do the right thing and make sure that I'm continuing to, just be positive, keep grinding, because it's always a kid out there who may have that same dream, who might not know how to do it, or who might not, have anybody to look up to. So I just try to be a good, positive role model for the community and for the kids out there, man. There's also a personal goal of mine to just keep playing baseball as long as I can, stay around the game as long as I can, whether it's playing, maybe coaching down the road. I just love the game of baseball. That's what I've been doing since I've been like 5 years old. I've been fortunate enough to keep playing as long as I have been. Just been a long journey, man. I'm just so blessed, man. I'm just gonna thank God every day.
Right. I hope you don't have anything to do with that doggone name change. I mean, the Nats was bad enough, but the Bananas, come on, guy.
They was actually the saying that, I was a kid growing up, but like they wasn't really doing too well. So Jesse, the owner of the team, he bought out that team and changed the name. And since they did that, they've been doing numbers over there. I actually used to work for them before I made the team. They had tryouts in like 2019, and the grand opening was 2016. So I've been working there doing like concession stands, ticket booths. I was selling tickets from 2016 to 2018, and then I went to the tryout and I made the team. So since then, I've just been playing.
So
you ain't worried about the name. We just playing the game.
What's that?
So you ain't even worried about the name. We just playing the game, doing what you love.
You worried about the name too much. I honestly like the name. I think it's pretty catchy. Like Savannah Bananas. It's kind of different, but it catch a lot of people's attention at the same time, though.
Awesome.
So, what have been your experiences? Both of y'all haven't been in college, been athletes in college. What were some of the things that you all, I will say this, experiences that you all had to like overcome and that you had to deal with to be successful with regards to your careers, your collegiate careers in particular?
But I go first. Well, first of all, my school is at SCS, so like we don't get all the publicity, all the good training facilities. Like in my school, we have like one head trainer is like 2, 3, 4 GAs and stuff, and just going to the building every day, getting over that because you'll look at Instagram and be like, oh, they got all these hype videos, all this stuff that they doing on their page, and but preseason, like before the season, we didn't even get to take like pictures in our jerseys how teams usually do. But just putting that behind me and realizing all that's just outside the field. I know when I go on the field, I got to do my job and all that stuff. Like all that stuff, I could just gain later. Like I'm not. I had to refocus myself and not worry about all the things off the field because when I was just young, coming to college, 18, I was really a kid in the grown man world. So I'm like, well, why we not getting this? Why we not getting this? Then one of my teammates sat me down and was like, all that stuff is just for the hoorah. Like we on the field, it's 11-11. Ain't nobody caring about who take your pictures and all that. You gotta sit down and grind. That's it. And we in the middle of nowhere, so it's just all football around here.
Okay. All right.
And for me, basically, my experience playing college sports, just being a student athlete, one of the biggest things for me was just time management, like being able to manage your time and also being able to perform to your best ability out there on the field, and also playing a game of baseball. I feel like for African Americans, it's not really a thing that African Americans usually do. We usually look towards football and basketball. So growing up, I always said, I want to take the harder route. I want to take the toughest route. I want to show kids that it is possible for you to make it, but it is hard though. It's very difficult. You got to go through a lot. You got to show them that you can play. You got to be willing to adapt to different environments, and you got to just continue to go hard, regardless of the bumps in the road. It's just part of the journey, man. And just in college, like just playing baseball, just trying to keep your grades, maintain that, chasing the grind, and also just trying to remind yourself, all right, I only got one college experience, so I got to also have fun and enjoy myself too, because it only come around one time. Just trying to soak it all up, but at the same time, put it all out there and just go hard as you can so you can just keep chasing your goals and your dreams and just try to be the best student athlete you can be. It's kind of hard, but it's actually worth it. When you look back, you can be like, damn, man, I'm glad I did that,
And just to throw this out about Alex, if Bernard was on here, I would have been here. Alex is 1501 also. Alex is 1501. That's right. That's right.
Man, you was one of the best teachers at Savannah State.
So we appreciate that, and y'all help make it possible. It's because of y'all, because that's what it's about. Y'all take it to another level, just like all things you're doing right now. And when I'm at 27-17 during the summer, and I'm looking down there, down to number 4, I say, woo! I see him up there. I say, oh God, and then you got Coach Rob Jiggy just talking cold smack at everybody. So,
it's good, Alex, that you continue to play the game because I was riding by Paulson tonight, and they have Memorial Stadium lit up, but they got the 600 kids playing on the softball field when they can go right across the street and actually play on a real football field. And I mean, we need you guys to be mavericks for these young people to push facilities and, have places for these young people to play. Because the same facilities that these kids playing on, the same ones I grew up playing on. And I'll be 54 this month. So they've been around a long time.
Yeah, I was just about I actually grew up playing at Paulson, Bacon Park, Ambrook, all those baseball facilities around here. I think it's one on Eisenhower called Minnick. I think it's called. Yeah. I done played plenty of games at that field. There's plenty more baseball facilities around here, so I'm pretty familiar with those.
So I'll throw this out here. So how has family or community? Go ahead, Coach Al. You saying? Coach Al, you were saying something?
I was just saying we'll definitely appreciate the things that you're doing, man. Yes, sir. I was telling them I'll definitely appreciate the things that you are doing, man. Stick with it. Like you said, man, baseball, we dwindling away. I was, baseball was my sport, and we're dwindling away, man. You get on TV, man, you don't see none of us, in the game, man. And sometimes it gets discouraging, sometimes it gets frustrating, man. But keep at it, man. Hopefully, I see you in the big leagues.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I was watching the World Series with my dad last night, and he was talking about how it's less than 10% African Americans that make up the population of MLB players. Less than 10%. That's a small number.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's a good segue.
And you don't have any African Americans playing in the World Series this year for the first time.
Wow, I didn't even know that until you just said that.
Yep.
So what I'm throwing out there is, how has community or family played a role with regard to your success that you all have garnered so far with regards to your athletic careers and also with regards to life? I'm just want to throw it because I want the people out here checking out the show. We say share, because we want people to know about our people, know about Ebony Sports Reporters, because we highlight our people. And that's what Ella said again. But bad to see how we highlight young adults who are making it happen. So how has community, family, that support network played a role? Because I think some folks, and Coach Rob Jiggy puts it out there often on other shows, that we got to have that around. We got to have that around, and that's necessary and needed.
I'm going to go ahead and let Dalen go first.
Family helped me a huge part. Many of you don't know, my mom was a preacher. So I grew up in a praying household. My grandma and grandfather's preacher. So everywhere around my house on doors, there's scriptures that we read before we walk in. We used to pray in the morning. Before the games, my mom would call and pray. And another part of my family that helps is really 27-17. Like, when I first came there, like 10th grade, they was telling me, like, oh, just because you good don't mean you get to come in. Like, everybody kind of come in and grind, and all us put the work in. It has been workouts where I didn't almost passed out, and them boys holding me up and telling me, bro, we in it to the end. Like, you sweating, how I'm sweating, you tired, how I'm tired, but we gonna keep the fight to the end. And then in the community, like, it's always like good to make the city happy. Like, when I won the awards and everything, like, only reason why I really kept checking my Twitter, because HBJ reposted me. I'm like, oh, it's not in the city. Like, now the kids in my school, I got a whole bunch of followers and DMs from the little kids in my school. Like, oh, I didn't even know you went to Jenkins. Telling them everything, telling them to keep their head up and all that. Like, that's really it for real.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, and then for me, I honestly can say, like, I wouldn't have made it this far in baseball and my baseball career and just everything that I was able to accomplish for my family and my supportive community. I grew up at the Salvation Army Community Center over there on B Road. I was fortunate enough to have coaches, show me the game, keep me around the game, and then from there, that's where I got really good, and like I learned my talent in baseball, and I like, dang, I'm kind of good at this, But they pushed me to where I am today. They helped me realize my potential, and I appreciate them for that, because if it weren't for them, I wouldn't even have any guidance growing up with sports, playing baseball. And as far as my family, my mom, my dad, they sacrificed everything for me, to play baseball, travel sports, football, basketball as well. Like they put a lot of time and energy into my dream, and they sacrificed a lot of their own time, not just me, but with also my brother and my little sister. So it wasn't for them sacrificing, showing me love like that, I don't think I'd be here where I am today. And also my brother and my sister, they helped me along the way, because it's really good seeing where I am now, but it was a lot of dark times too, where I felt like giving up sometimes. But I had my sister in my corner, I had my dad in my ear, and my mom always believed in me. I got my brother too, so I like to call them my energy kit, like, because if I'm ever feeling down, they always give me a little spark of life, like they help me realize who I am. They help me realize, you already came this far, so don't give up. Just keep moving forward, keep trucking like how. And I would say without them, without my family and my supportive community, I wouldn't definitely be in this position right now. That's for sure.
All right. And your sister plays for Tennessee State?
She actually finished up last year. She went to Jackson University for her undergrad. She played 4 years there. And then she went to Tennessee State to take up her graduate studies in business management. So she's there now, but she's done playing basketball. But she actually graduated in December coming up. And, like, I don't know if you've been keeping up with her on Instagram, but she doing, like, a lot of sports broadcast and stuff. So this basketball season, she going to be covering all the games. So even when she was at Jacksonville, she would finish her game, and then she'll come back to the boys' game and cover the whole boys' game. So she's still doing that big time. And she got a bright future with that. And I can definitely see her, doing big things with that somewhere down the road.
We're going to need to get her on also. But yes,
Yeah,
indeed. So,
yeah,
huh?
I
Go
say,
ahead.
yeah, you go. Well,
Oh no, go ahead. What were you saying?
oh no, I was saying that you're going to have to get her on the show as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And we know Coach Julius Hall saying it's time for a commercial. And we come back from the commercial, we're gonna go on these topics, right? We're gonna go on these topics right now. Cause I won't have no issue with Coach Julius Hall because he has his associate producers who are minions, who will just cut us off.
She's not here tonight. We'll be right back.
We back.
Yes, we are right here. We are back in the house, and we got it all. We're about to move on with regards to our topic. First, we're always going to acknowledge Brittany Griner as a standing right now. Appeal has been denied, and what happens now is that it looks like it's going to have to be a prisoner swap that's going to have to go on. And so again, Brittany's wife is upset, despondent. So we send again our prayers and our thoughts out to Brittany Griner. But then we move on to this right here when we talk about family. Coach Derek Richardson, he buys a school, then names the school after his first teacher, which was his mother. And so, Coach Al Pompey, what's your thoughts with regards to that?
I tell you, this is an awesome story. Definitely awesome story. I mean, that story actually kind of touched me a little bit. But I think this was a impact purchase. That purchase is going to make a major impact on that particular community. I would much rather, go to a school named after someone who might have been in that community, versus going to a school of somebody I never even met before. Or the school named after this person, never even heard of them. School named after that person. But I think that's an impact purchase, and it's going to make a major impact on that particular community and other communities and other people, throughout this world.
Oh Lord.
Boy, you sound like a preacher. You sound like a preacher just then, Al.
Yeah,
Lord.
I started throwing my hand up.
Listen, when I seen that story, man, it kind of touched me a lot, man. It touched me, and not only the fact that it was named, that he bought the school, but naming after, like he said, his first teacher. Us, I mean, we do our learning from home, and I heard Mr. Alex mention it, talking about his mom. My dad, was a coach. My dad played semi-pro football. My dad coached football for over 40 years. He's still coaching today. And so when I wasn't old enough to play on his team, my mom was there. Even when I went to college, my sisters, my mom, I never was able to look up in the stands, whether it was a baseball game or a football game, that my mom wasn't there. So it's, like I said, an impact purchase, and it's going to make a major impact.
All right. And Coach Julius Hall, again, Derek Richardson is an NBA referee, and he purchased a school and then names it after his first teacher, which was his mother. What's your thoughts on that, Coach Julius Hall?
Everybody needs to do the same thing. It is with an NBA referee, not an NBA player, NBA referee. And he's showing what we should be doing to leave some type of legacy. We should always honor our ancestors. And most of us, we honor the dollar. That's all they honor is that dollar. And so with him doing that, I hope it shows other people that they can go back and invest in their communities and to buy real property and not to sell property. That's one
It's
thing that
one
we
thing that
do
we
in this
do in
country
this
too
country
much.
too much.
All right,
All
Coach
right,
Bernard
Coach
Brown.
Bernard Brown.
We have
We
Derek
have
Richardson,
Derek Richardson,
NBA referee, and he buys the school and the impact that'll be on the community. How you feel about that? What's your thoughts?
First, I'm gonna say I'm sorry I'm late. I had basketball practice. They dragged me out of retirement, so on Thursday I'll be a little late, But welcome, young men. How y'all doing?
Doing pretty good.
I think anytime you make an impact like that, or his mother was a teacher, and anytime you get back to your community is a great thing. Whether it's giving back for a school or whether it's giving back to kids money or where just giving back is good. It's a prime example. And you know what? We as young men, we give back in different ways. Some give more, but any impact when it comes to schooling and teaching our kids the right thing and not always teaching them white study, teaching them black study is a good thing.
All right. Coach Rob Jiggy, we see you got that red and black. You got that red and black. You got that feeling. So what's your thoughts regarding you got that feeling, HBJ?
Hey, I think it's a great idea. I think, when I become successful, I'm going to go back on Hopkins Street and name A.E. Beach High School after my grandmother. Because most people don't know, Dr. Jamal, that Anthony Beach is not a black guy. He's a white guy.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Herschel B. Jenkins is too.
Yeah, we got all of these Confederate names at our middle schools and elementary schools and high schools. So we start giving them back, especially in our black community, of those who actually planted the seeds and help it grow would be a great opportunity. So I commend the brother for, recognizing his first teacher and his mother and having that history, for the rest of their lives in that community.
I'm frozen right now because again, the slander that goes on. The hate that goes on. And which we tell you, it is called Heavens v. Jenkins High School. Heavens v. Jenkins High School. Again, as soon as you step there, bam, you in heaven. So let y'all know that God is an alum of Herschel v. Jenkins High School. Heavens v. Jenkins High School. God is an alum. But we're going to move. Dalen, what's your thoughts with regard to that? Here go, you got NBA referee who says, I'm going to buy this school for my community or for the community, and that I'm going to name it after my mother. What's your thoughts on that?
I feel like it's a good idea, and I should give him his flowers for that. I feel like, even though it's his mother, I feel like mainly people's first teacher would be like women. I feel like him putting a woman right there is showing how strong women can actually be in a man's life, how strong women are actually to us today, because there's a lot of places that us as men wouldn't be if it wasn't for that woman beside us, or our mom wiping our face in the morning before school and everything. It shows how powerful a woman can be, and I respect him for that.
Yeah, that's right. And so, Alex, what's your thoughts with regards to that? Again, you not have the resources to buy a school for community, and then because you're doing the work, social justice work anyway, but you name it after your mother. What would your thoughts be with regards to that?
I think that's great. That's really what it's all about. Like Dalen said, giving people their flowers while they're still here. Showing appreciation and recognition for an integral part that she played in his life. He just want to give back, and I feel like that's a great idea and a great way for him to show that. At SSU, got a lot of buildings out there that's named after like a lot of famous people that came before us. We got Wright Hall that's named after Major Richard R. Wright. So that's just also another example of just kind of showing recognition and appreciation for people who kind of paved the way for us and who had a lot of to do with us with our major success. So I think that's a great idea.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We say share to everyone. We say share. And as you all recognize, we now showcase and make sure we bring up our athletes who are from here, who are doing great things around the country. Again, professional baseball player and National Defensive Player of the Week right here. And so we're going to move on to something else because I got people excited right now here. People are now saying that LSU is going to be their team right now in women's basketball, LSU, because of someone by the name of Flage Johnson. Coach Rob Jiggy, what's your thoughts with regard to work of Flage?
Oh, she's going to be a great college basketball player. You know, as long as she keep working, you know, getting better. She definitely has the talent. It's always good to see somebody from the hometown representing on the big stage. I mean, she's a McDonald's All-American. I mean, she's going to do well. Now, you know, the hustle and the bustle. This is not high school. And then playing in the SEC every Saturday, she gonna have to bring her A game because you know the SEC have the best athletes, whether it's football, basketball, track, or whatever. They may not be the smartest, but they damn sure athletic. So you know the grind of playing every Saturday, you know, up and down the court, where you got to play against you know girls just as talented as you would definitely make her better. So iron sharpens iron, even on that level. And hopefully she stays healthy and continue to you know put Savannah on the map.
All right. So Alex, she hits a buzzer beater. And so again, now she's right there at LSU, and people now in the city are saying they have now found them a favorite women's basketball team in college. What's your thoughts?
She's doing it big right now. You know, I actually saw that video on Instagram when she hit the buzzer beater. You know, she just, you know, she showed a lot of inspiration and like just passion in what she does. You know, I think she's definitely leading the way for young Black women, chasing your dream fearlessly. You know, she got a lot of heart. You know, her actually being from Savannah, Georgia, like he said, putting us on the map. I think she's doing a really good job, and she's also doing a great job with her rap career as well. I don't know if y'all follow that, but she's also a great rapper. So she got a lot going on for herself, and I think she got a bright future ahead of her. She just stay focused and keep doing what she's doing. If I'm mistaken, she like 19 years old, man. So she really young. She kind of ahead of her time, and it's actually great seeing that. You know, I just followed her on Instagram like maybe 3-4 months ago, and her dad, Camouflage. You know, I'm a real big fan of him when he was around rapping. And I think she's doing a good job also representing him. Like I said, I think she's doing a great job paving the way for young Black women who got a dream, who got goals, and who want to do big things in life. I really appreciate her. I appreciate what she's doing.
All right. And so Dale, now I'm let you know there's gonna be some hate gonna come up right now because Flage was supposed to go to Jenkins and then she didn't transfer outside, and so there's gonna be some hate. So what's your thoughts with regard to our fellow warrior, Flage Johnson?
I mean, to be honest, you couldn't be nothing but proud of her. I mean, it's coming from Savannah, coming from the city we come from, and being known on like the biggest stage like SEC. She's out there doing her thing. I seen the videos or highlights yesterday. To be honest, I was just happy because you know in Savannah we have a lot of football, baseball players that's known and stuff like that. Just we don't really have a lot of we only have like I can count on like one or two hands like basketball players that's really on a huge stage. She's like bringing the spotlight to Savannah to come look. Or they might have some more people like that. And I feel like by her doing that, that's gonna give more people opportunities to be great. Go to the level that she's at, and I hope that she keep going. I mean, losing her father, somebody that important in her life like that, and for her not to just stop and mope about it and just keep working and keep grinding, and putting her head down and keep staying at it, that shows nothing but strength. And you have no choice but to follow strength and support strength, and I just hope she keeps going.
Exactly.
All right. And Coach Bernard Brown, what's your thoughts with regards to Flage?
I ain't trying to be the bearer of bad news. The young lady is an excellent young lady. I've been following her since I coach, you know, girls basketball. But I don't have anything to say about LSU basketball until they get rid of the coach. I didn't appreciate what she did to Brittany Griner, so I'm boycotting her, and that's it.
All right, and we respect that. That's right. This is Ebony Sports Reporters. We put it on out there, and that's the deal. So now we move on Coach Julius Hall. What's your thoughts with regards to this Coach Julius Hall?
Well, I've been known to hit a couple of buzzer beaters myself. So
not on the court though.
No, on the court, bro. Hey, it might have been a while back, but I still had that form, And she reminded me of, we have great talent here. These two brothers right here are prime examples of that. And we got great coaches that pour into these kids. I want to ask you two guys if y'all ever home and when we get this Black Man Lab up and running, it needs to be guys like you coming to pour into these other young kids. Brother Al and Brother Coach Jiggy, y'all need to be there next time. Also, great event the other night, and that's what this is all about. You guys showing it by example, showing that you can go anywhere from right here. So I'm proud of it.
Yeah.
All right. Coach Al Pompey. Flage.
I tell you, man, Flage, she's making a great name for herself. Never met her myself. I did get a chance to spend some time with her father, before he passed. But she's making a great name for herself. She's an inspiration for the younger kids that's actually from here. I mean, like Coach Julius Hall just said, it's shows that you can go anywhere from here. You don't have to be here, there, at a certain place. You can go anywhere from here. You just take some of those inspirations. You take some of those people that's giving back, like these two young men we got here, and you can make it happen.
All right.
I mean, we talked about LSU. We talked about LSU, her playing for LSU. We didn't even talk about the shoe deal that she just signed with Puma. So she's definitely doing her thing, not outside of the basketball court. And as Eric mentioned with the rap career also. So she's definitely doing a great service to as far as inspiration when it comes to the youth.
Absolutely. And the shoe deal signed like in September. Yes. And so now we're going to move on to fighting, something that Coach Julius Hall loves to do. Coach Julius Hall loves to fight. We tell him fight. Up there in Michigan, bam, Sparty and the Wolverines. Coach Julius Hall, we come to you first because we know you like to fight.
Julius Hall can't fight. He got two left hands.
Ooh.
Well, you better watch out for the left hook. Those Michigan State players, they were pretty mad,
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
He do through the tongue, Hey, the worst part about that was though, and I'm gonna tell you the worst part about it. Players fight. They football, basketball, you fight. Baseball, you don't usually fight unless you hit a player with a ball with a pitch. But they fight. And what the bad part was is they made the coach look bad. I felt sorry for the coach, African American coach, and he got to get up there and explain, what had happened, and these kids might, you sometimes when you fight when it's not on the field, you could get even sometimes on the field you can get charged. They were just dead wrong with that fight.
All right. So now I'm throwing out Dalen. With this fight with Michigan State and University of Michigan, the helmets were being used as a weapon. What's your thoughts with regard to the fight?
I mean, I feel like it's a horrible look on just not like the player. I feel like the team. Like I feel like the culture of the team is that like they had 60 minutes to go against them inside the white lines. They can hit them. They can knock somebody's helmet off. They can make somebody nosebleed within that 60 minutes legally. Like I feel like teams like that look for that. Like the team that we played last week, they tried to fight one of our players before the game, but like luckily we were already outside and stuff to pull them in the locker room. I feel like yes, that makes the coach look bad, but I feel like the leaders on that team should be not saying prosecuted, but should be like have to take up for that mistake because like the leaders on our team, like yes, how Mr. Hall said yes to fight. Like we fight all the time at practice, all the time. Like, but it's competitive. It's just not. Oh, I'm trying to really abuse him. the team, the leader on the team should have pulled him or not even let him walk that way. I don't feel like if he was the only one walking there, I feel like he could have been easily spotted out. I feel like somebody seen him, like it's with no way nobody seen him. I feel like somebody seen him, just let him go. It's like, oh, he tripping. And then now that person on that team that got beat up by himself, like I'm probably already know how he thinking, like, oh, these guys are really not with me. They ain't come at me fight. But he shouldn't have been over there even in the first place. But now he's gonna be looking at his whole team different. Not a whole vibe gonna be off.
All right. And Alex, we are at home. We're in our own stadium, and we get attacked by the visitors. And again, and they are using helmets. So, what's your thoughts with regards to that?
Man, I couldn't believe it when I saw it. Actually, things happen. People fight, but they said on Instagram that he went down the wrong tunnel. But I didn't like it because it was like the whole team beating up on that one player. He didn't have a chance to even defend himself. And then I saw him swinging the helmets, hitting him in the head with the helmet. That's real dangerous. So he could have got seriously hurt. I didn't like the look. I didn't like how it made us look. I think that's a bad decision for him to do. I don't even know why they did that, but that was just a terrible look, and I didn't like it at all.
Absolutely. Coach Al Pompey, now you got families. I said they're going to do legal action against. They're looking at folks, and they're now looking at criminal actions also. And so now the recent video that has not been released, that has been sent to the police, shows that the helmets were being used. So what's your thoughts with regard to this fight, Coach Al Pompey?
I tell you, I got to go along with Mr. Dayton on that one. I blame not necessarily the players. I blame, the coaches, the staff, security personnel. When I was coming up, we used to play this team, and what we used to say is we're going to a fight and a football game going to break out. Because we already know when we got there, we're going to fight. We knew that. But there was measures put in place, where the teams could be separated. And obviously, that wasn't in place. Somebody failed. Somebody failed that young man. And for the player swinging the helmet, I think he should go to jail because that's a deadly weapon. I mean, it's made for a reason to be used on the field for those 60 minutes. After that, you take it off and you swing, it's considered a weapon. Send him to jail.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Coach Rob Jiggy, what's your thoughts with regards to this? Because again, players were questioning about it. Some of them denied. And so now the video, they're not able to say, we see video footage of you participating in the assault and battery on this athlete. So what's your thoughts on this, Coach Rob Jiggy?
He shouldn't have carried his ass down there.
Yeah, man, I'm glad somebody said
y'all done whooped our ass. Now you gonna come down to our damn tunnel and act like you in the wrong damn tunnel? You got your ass whooped. As simple as that. If they didn't have no damn cameras, nobody would know. I'm old school. Now, but to be honest with you, at a lot of these Big Ten stadiums, they only have one tunnel. They have the locker rooms
right
in that same tunnel. When I was at Michigan in Ohio State game, I mean, it's almost like you got to have Border Patrol out there when both of them trying to come out the locker room. And I think what happened is that this one kid, he slipped in with the Michigan State kids instead of waiting for his team, waiting for Michigan State to clear, go to their locker room, and then Michigan was supposed to come behind him. But, he kind of asked for some of that by going in to that tunnel without his teammates. I ain't going on the east side of town without my road dog. I'm not going over there solo. So hopefully he learned from it. I don't really think, it's a lot of protocol in that. I think it's, normal, a mutual respect where coaches and staff would just expect things to happen. And you really don't have to police that. That really should police itself. But now that, that experience has happened, these young men have been suspended and definitely from the team. I don't think they should go to jail. I think you use it as a learning experience because when Aaron Donald knocked the shit out of somebody, we didn't send him to jail.
Yeah.
He a professional. So,
Could you be saying that if that was your son?
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You damn right I'll be saying it. And I'll say it to Dalen. And they know. You can't go to war. Hey, you been in the military, you ain't going to war without your soldiers. It's just what it is. I mean, it's just principles of life. You're not going to fight without no soldiers. Now, if you think you're that bad, you can be 85 kids, and let's see what happens. But don't go asking for it.
He wasn't going to fight. He wasn't asking for that.
Man, he went in there. He didn't wait on his team. He instigated, running there with his helmet in his hand, talking about, we don't whoop that ass. You know how that shit go, Al.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Now, you ain't got to spell it out. Hey, that's what it is. He went in there talking shit. Them boys crowning, and he realized he was by himself. And but nah, it's not a good look. It's not a good look for college football. It's not a good look for Mel Tucker. It's not a good, Harbaugh is one of those straight up guys. I feel bad for everybody in it, but like I say, you have to teach our young people. When we did this stuff back in the day, there wasn't no social media. You just get your ass whooped. And then, after the game, you go to Godfather's, Krispy Kreme, and we talk about it. But now with social media, everything's exposed. So, unfortunately, and I'm quite sure it's happened before, but it just doesn't get that exposure now.
Now, what is indicated is that there are about 3 Michigan players that's what they always do. They always run back to the locker room before everyone else with the rest of the Wolverine players, and they go into the tunnel. And they say 3 of them, they always go back early, and that's what they did, the same routine. So now we move on to Coach Bernard Brown about it, and people are saying that the way that Coach Mel Tucker handled it is better than what Nick Saban did when his player now at Tennessee pushes a young lady. So what's your thoughts with regards to, again, these physical contacts are happening after the game, especially by players who have lost? What's your thoughts on that, Coach Bernard Brown?
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna piggyback on Coach Rob. It ain't no different when Jenkins was playing Tunkin and I throw Rob Wilson ass across the fence. You know, man, this football. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, hey, if you lose it, at the end of the day, ain't no different when 1501. I throw 1501 right across the fence and all hell. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? We ain't talking about tennis. We talking about football. At the end of the day, it was a bad look, but nobody should go. We got enough black kids in jail already. And that's the only reason I play football, so I can hurt somebody, so I can't go to jail. Case closed
for 60 minutes.
Hey,
overtime.
Whether you win or lose.
Overtime.
Y'all go have black folks.
Hey, we lost on the field, but I'm gonna kick your ass off the field.
That's it.
Come
on, man, really?
To Dalen and Alex, there has been a bounty put on Coach Bernard Brown's head because of what he did to us when he did to our running back, Ronald Wilson. It's been a bounty, but I took the bounty off his head. HBJ Ward, I told him, say, take that bounty off his head because he's on Ebony Sports Reporters now. But now, I think the bounty going back on his head right now. We got witnesses to the bounty is back. On Razor Brown, that's what's about to happen. The bounty, bam. You gonna get like that, like you got a wig and you got an itch. So yeah, but we're gonna go on to this right here. Since he like that, we're gonna go to Joshua Primo. I'm gonna say, throw it out there. Joshua Primo is the NBA version of Deshaun Watson, or that's at least how they're trying to throw it out there right now. Coach Bernard Brown, what's your thoughts on that, Joshua Primo?
And that's that little young fella who say they're gonna be the #1 pick in the NBA next year. Dude, let me tell y'all something right now. No, he's playing for San Antonio, and so that's why he's now basically they have now separated themselves from him, and that he was getting counseling with a sports one again.
someone hired by San Antonio, and they said that he allegedly he was showing himself. But then that's what one person. This is what the psychologist is saying. But then there's other people not saying, wait a minute. They said that's a lie. He was not doing that. They had him come in right after he's practicing and say allegedly that it may have been that saying that basically his penis could be seen, and the person now trying to say, oh, he flashed with his penis, and so now I got to get. And the brother was saying there's some things that he had to work out from his childhood. That's why they had him going to counseling. So now the counselor is saying, oh, he was flashing me. So almost like it's the Deshaun Watson version, not in the NBA, and with a young, and this is with a young, he's 19 years old.
Yeah, right. You know what? Let me say this: we at the end of the day, we got, like I always say, man, they got to stop. We got to stop letting people do everything to us at the end of the day. I guarantee you, if he was Steve Nash, we wouldn't be hearing about this. And come on, man, what 19-year-old person go show their privacy? That's a bunch of BS. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, come on, man. We yeah, this sport, but at the end of the day, it's still real. It's real. At the end of the day, and for y'all know. Come on now, we ain't gonna do that. Only thing we gonna show that if it's a young lady and we behind closed door, yeah, but come on, that's just BS. At the end of the day, I'm telling you right now, the railroad is going in the NBA, it's going in NFL, it's going in it ain't going in baseball because we got a lot of white baseball players. But at the end of the day, why don't we do this here? When you go and say I did something, why don't we sue the NBA? Why don't we sue them for putting it out there? Don't allow me. Don't tell me I showed something if I didn't do it. Period.
And I'm gonna say this to anyone looking at the show: we're not discounting what was said, but then there's other information that's also saying countering what has been put out there first. And here go this young man saying that he needs to get because of trauma that he's experienced in his childhood, and that's why he was supposed to be getting treatment and getting counseling. But then now there's other element, and so his supporters are saying that he never intentionally exposed himself. For Alex Pierce, what's your thoughts with regards to that? Joshua Primo.
I saw it. You know, like I was kind of going through the comments. People were saying the same thing. Like, you know, you probably got to give him a break. He's just 19 years old. He probably experienced some stuff that he don't talk about. You know, childhood trauma, sexual abuse. But I heard about it. I actually thought about Antonio Brown. I don't know if y'all heard about that, but he was in the pool and like supposedly he was flashing himself to some of the guests. And but like, yeah, I think maybe he had kind of went through some stuff back in the day when he was a kid. Maybe he was sexually molested. Maybe he got some issues that he got to work on, but he did come out and speak on it. And he said that he's going to take this time, you know, just to kind of take time to himself and seek pro help and get some counseling so he can get that issue taken care of so he can come back to the game and just keep playing. But it was just kind of sad to see, but, you know, I don't really think about stuff like that too much. I don't comment on stuff like that too much.
Mm-hmm. All right. Dalen, what's your thoughts with regards to this? Again, 19 years old, and he's getting counseling treatment that is authorized by the team. And now here go the team counselor now saying that, oh, he flashed himself.
I feel like there's a lot of allegations in it, so like you really gotta look into it. But personally, I feel like, bro, this man 19, he in the NBA, he probably got $1 million in his account. Like I know when they go to the hotel, they probably seeing 1,000 females. They could just come here. Like, there's no way he are really willing to just risk it all for somebody that's on his style. You know what I'm saying? Like in this generation, so many like different types of females like on Instagram, on Twitter. Like it's a couple dudes I know that's professional. They tell me like sometimes when they go to the hotel, it's females already there. I feel like he wouldn't really expose himself. Like, cause no one really just exposes themselves. Like, it has to be something. Like, nobody just gonna sit there and just, you know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be some. And then if they telling him like if he's going there because something happened early in his life, he's probably doing that for that. Like, he's not. I feel like it was probably exercise, or like how Alex said, he probably been through sexual abuse and stuff like that. Like, he's probably just trying to open up. Like, and I feel like that professor is bad because those type of conversations they're supposed to get out. Like. Like that's supposed to be your and him conversation because like I don't know if it's a type of agreement or anything, but I know like if you have someone that you talk to or like a therapist, something like that information is not supposed to leave the room. Like it's just supposed to be doing a thing. And if she was really was seeing it, like she would have said it the first day it happened. Like no way you just letting it ride out and now boom, now it's he's been doing this, he doing this. Like if something happened to you, like you could have said something about it the first day. And I don't feel like the Spurs organization is gonna like just hide it because how their organization is. I mean, they have Greg Popovich as a coach. Like I feel like them moving on or like them pushing to the side, like telling him he needs counseling, like they were trying to care for him, and now you probably feel like they don't really care for me. I was going through all this nonsense. I'm trying to open up and show myself, and like not show myself, but like tell these people who I really am and bring it down to my therapist, like what I really been through, all the stuff I got going on. Now I'm being ridiculed. Now people looking at me, he's not saying a rape, but he's a predator, all that. Like he don't want to do that. He just made it to the NBA. He already accomplished his dream. He just getting to his dream, and now it's being taken away by, I feel like, false allegations.
I mean, that's something that would be considered. And so we now go on to Coach Julius Hall. What's your thoughts with regards to this Coach Julius Hall?
Dalen, you need a talk show because you could talk. This is Becky right here. That's him and Becky. That's them right there. He looked like a little old boy.
Yeah.
We hung.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes some of us are hung. And it fell out his pants. And she's supposed to be helping him. Why is she trying to hurt him? Now she they need to fire her ass. That's who need to get fired. She should have got fired because she can't take it. She in the wrong job. You know this boy got a problem. And obviously he got another problem if he wasn't in there for that issue. Then we need to be working on this problem. Why are you always exposing yourself to me? You know, I need to help this young man. So that's just my thought. We hung sometime and it just fell out his pants, you know.
Touchdown.
And that's real because again, when it came out, people were going at him, attacking him, and then some of his supporters had to come out and say, "Wait a minute, he never tried to do that intentionally." So Coach Rob Jiggy, what's your thoughts with regards to this?
Well, I'll just say this, and Dalen, take heed to this. Anytime you receive counseling at most of these major universities, the people that they give you don't look like you.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. They don't look like you. So they don't understand, what you're bringing to the table. So if you ever have to talk to a counselor, you ask the administration to make sure somebody that look like you, that understand who you are and where you come from.
Yeah.
So what happens at these institutions, they get these, it's almost everywhere. They send these athletes, African-American athletes, to these old-ass white women that don't understand who we are, our background, none of the things that we endure. And then when we started, telling our story, they shocked and, oh, my God. And, and like you say, Dale, it's supposed to be confidential. And the Spurs, and anybody knows they run an A1 type of organization. So it's very unfortunate for Josh because he's a hell of a basketball player. He played at the University of Alabama basketball team and was a great young man. I had opportunity to meet him. But when you're dealing with young people that's vulnerable, he's making money. Evidently, he's had some childhood trauma, and he's seeking his old ass white woman to try to counsel him, and she really don't understand. And then now, she get him at his weakest point, and then now, it's going to be hard for him to trust anybody now going forward in this process. So we pray for the young man, and hopefully, I think that if I'm not mistaken, San Antonio moved on from it. He signed with the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. So what San Antonio do is going to cover their butt because now she's suing them.
Yeah.
So I would say she's the Monica Lewinsky of the NBA.
Yeah.
And that's why I threw out there saying it's like the Deshaun Watson NBA version. And so, Coach Al, what's your thoughts with regard to this?
Man, I tell you, I'm gonna have to flip the script on all of y'all. Because the way I look at it, and I don't even know if I can say this online, but if his dick that long, he need to put on a pair of pants before he go to that lady office. It shouldn't be falling out nowhere. I mean, it don't need to be falling out nowhere. That's bottom line up front. I mean, there's only one way that she could have actually even told this story, is if it happened. If it happened, you know, that's the only way she could have told this story. If he had on a pair of pants, we would have had that problem. And what I think is, it's a little tougher than what we think it is because we don't know the whole story. But as far as the team had to let him go, there has to be some other information that we're not hearing, we're not understanding, that we don't know. Like you said, Coach, I understand they got to cover their behind because she's suing them, but there got to be more to the story. Got to be.
Hey, Al, let me say this. If this young man did what she said he did, do you think the Brooklyn Nets would have sat after they let him go? He got signed again, and he'll.
Well, look at. Hold on. Look at Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys signed Pac-Man Jones after he did all the stuff that he did.
Yeah.
I mean,
but this a young kid. This a young 19-year-old kid. At the end of the day, I don't think. And like you said, this white woman, and we stop railroading our young kids. Damn it, stop railroading our damn young kids, and we need to stand by our damn kids. At the end of the day, man, I get tired of that. I stand by these kids until you convince me that this kid did that and lying. At the end of the day, shut up. These white people out here anyway, 500 years trying to screw us anyway. This dude was a hell of a player. I know this dude was a hell of a player. I met him at Swanee Sports Academy. Him and all, they good kids, man. Stop railroading. We need to stop let these kids railroad these kids, man. At the end of the day, that white woman need to go back to her husband or wherever she at the end of the day. And I'm surprised, Coach, even let this get out. And like you said, they're an A1 organization. I'm surprised, and trust me, at the end of the day.
That's why I'm saying the game has to change, but we have more representation when our children need this type of support, because it's always been the old white woman or white male that when they go to counseling that they think they can solve all our issues. But we have to, as athletes, we have to request, people that look like us, that understand our struggles and can give us, better counseling, because I can guarantee you that she went and told somebody else because it wasn't confidential.
Yeah, man.
And which comes into play also.
We don't have that choice, and that's the whole.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. We got that choice.
Yes, you do, Al. You do.
Got that choice.
You got to request it because you got to think.
We got that choice. At the end of the day, if I'm crazy, y'all know I'm crazy as shit. At the end of the day, if I say I don't want Becky White to counsel me, I want Black Jesus to counsel me. I can get Black Jesus. If I'm paying my money for Black Jesus to tell me, help me, because I'm crazy.
Right.
And he's young, and that's what happened. I ain't gonna have Becky White counsel me.
But no, you're gonna be all right, man. You're gonna be all right once you get them 20s back, man. Don't worry.
Hey guys, I gotta step off, man. But I catch up with y'all. I gotta step off.
All right, Rob.
All right.
But there is an element which is different from with regard to Deshaun Watson, because again, which also happens in Texas also, because remember San Antonio and also Houston, all in Texas. But something that does come into play is with regards to, this is a little different, that there's a distinction, and that even with regards to Josh Primo, he can bring it up, that this is my therapist. So there is an element of confidentiality that is involved in this right here. And so right then and there, and more than likely, the person that went to, but that person could have done that agent for San Antonio, this is why I was going to argue or contend that the agent should have gone to the team and then go from there. And he did have the right, but sometimes the people around them, or even some of them themselves, don't realize they have the power to go and say, just like Bernard was saying, coach saying, I want this person to be my counselor. And so, but we sometimes, because we're in this environment, nobody is, again, in our ears that can tell us that correctly. So we got Coach LA here. Coach LA is joining us. And what we're going to do, Coach LA, we're going to throw it out to you first with regards to this right here. And this is going to be controversial. It's not just a Josh Primo situation. This is just a oodles of issues with regards to it's tied to the Brooklyn Nets. But it's not just the Brooklyn Nets. It's also tied to the NFL. It's tied to the Georgia-Florida game. It is tied to everybody talking about anti-Semitism. And I go and say this right here. I'm going to put it out there to you. People get to talk about anti-Semitism, anti-Asian issues, and they talk about dogs because they were more concerned about punishing Michael Vick over dogs and not concerned that in all NFL cities, there is abject poverty there. And the poverty in those cities are give you the demographics of those the faces. They are brown faces, black faces, and they are women and children. So more concerned to protect, protecting, again, a group of people and not protecting the mass of the people who live in these cities right here. So again, we're going to do a Brooklyn Nets. You can put it all together, and then the NFL, and with regards to even talking about Robert Kraft, with regards to making sure that y'all know not to support anti-Semitism. So that's the deal. So yeah, so we just throw it out there. Coach LA, you the first one.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yo, how y'all doing tonight, though?
All right.
Everybody
doing
good?
Doing good, bro.
Oh yeah, how you doing, young man?
Yeah, I just got on. So with the anti-Semitism, I gotta be truthful. If you ain't talking about my people, I ain't listening.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. That was nice and short.
All right.
I know it. Case
All right.
closed.
So,
Case closed.
Coach Bernard
You ain't
Brown.
talking about my people. My people done been through everything since World War One. Y'all didn't want us to fight World War One. We won World War One. You didn't want us to fight World War Two. We won World War Two. You didn't want us to fight the Korean War. We won the Korean War. I'm an Afghanistan vet. Hey, if you ain't talking about my people, I ain't trying to hear it. Ain't got nothing to do with me.
Man.
All right. Coach Bernard Brown, what's your thoughts with regards to this? Because they're throwing it out there. They said the Brooklyn Nets going to be the most hated team in sports.
Well, the Brooklyn Nets did exactly what them do 2 years ago, fire Steve Nash. He ain't no coach. He would never be the coach. And the only reason why he's the Nets coach anyway when they got him, because a little white boy. Okay, at the end of the day. And that what Kyrie, that what I'm telling you, that what Kevin Durant really wanted to say. Man, we got a great team, and all of a sudden, you went ahead, we could have got Doc Rivers, and you got Steve Nash, who stole the second NBA most valuable player from Shaq, and Shaq still mad about it. Now, all of a sudden, when we start talking and we start expressing our opinion, and we start getting, I'm telling you right now, I was dumb as hell until I turned 60, and I turned 60 in August. I'm smart now. I can say what I want to say. At the end of the day, trust me, you know what I'm saying? They've been doing this with for 500 years. Now all of a sudden, we start talking back. We start telling the Jews about themselves. We start telling the white folk. All of a sudden, we start talking up. Now, wait a minute, y'all. I think we got to shut them down. These Negroes getting out of hand now. We better shut them down. Man, y'all go where the sun don't shine and leave these people alone. I'm glad that these NBA players now is stepping up. Back in Jordan days and Magic all them days, they hushed because they didn't want to lose no endorsement. At the end of the day, these kids don't really care, man. Y'all know that. These kids like, hey, like Tyree said today, I am standing. You asked me this, he told a reporter, did you ask me this question? Did you ask our people this question 300 years ago when y'all was slaving us? Did you ask? So why you asking me that question? Do you know what I went through to get where I got right now? Okay, ask me that question instead of ask me about some film that y'all talking about. Man, shut up.
All right. And
I'm with it.
Coach Al Pompey, what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, they've been talking about black hate, whatever. People get mad or say things what they want to say. They bring meaning to things that they want to bring meaning to. I don't know if you know, but history tells me that this particular group who was complaining are some of the biggest racists, throughout our history. So I mean, I'm a history freak. So I go back and I look at history. And like I said, history tells us that this particular group,
yeah,
and I'm gonna leave it at that.
You talking about the Jews, right?
I say a particular group. I didn't say any group of people, but this particular group, I mean, it is what it is. But I will say, when you put something out there, I mean, you have to be ready for the feedback. You have to be ready to explain, why you put it out there, why you said this or why you said that. Don't put nothing out there that you don't want to be questioned about. And you don't have to worry about those problems.
And Kyrie did explain why he did that. He put it out there, but then he still tried to push it. So now, Coach Julius Hall, what's your thoughts with regards to that? Because we know the Rabble also had a conversation with this, but we had this topic lined up for us, but we know the Rabble had this. But go ahead, Coach Julius Hall. We don't want y'all to think Ebony Sports reporters copied off of the Rabble.
Oh no, I knew it was coming up on this show. I just thought it was good headlines for the Rabble. But the thing is this, we are quick to protect somebody else's rights. That's all we do is protect somebody else's rights. And what they need to do is go back and look at all the things that are offensive to us.
Mm-hmm.
Go look at all the things that are offensive to black people and boycott that. See, one thing they always tell us by these actions is that we don't matter to them. And that is a good kick in the butt for us. See how I use those other words instead of ass? Y'all got to start doing the same thing. Coach Rob, he cussed like I don't know where he from. But anyway, but listen, this is a good kick in the butt for us because it shows us that we need to be united. We are not united. We don't look out for each other. Again, Black Man Lab, baby, is coming your way all across America. Y'all get ready for it. We need to be able to protect ourselves. We need people who love us and look like us to love us and be for us.
Yeah. But you got to give these guys credit, man. And I'm not a Kyrie fan, but I'm gonna give him credit. He stand by what he said, and they wanted him to apologize. He ain't apologize. He stand by what he said.
Yeah,
that's a man.
He
apologized in a certain way, but he gonna meet up with the commissioner of the NBA, which is LeBron James and Adam Silver. But he'll be all right.
No. Hey, he recently apologized and donated $500,000.
Yeah.
Anti-Semitism.
Adam Silver.
It's bigger. Yeah.
Adam Silver.
And one of the things that when people talk about Semitism, Semitic people are also African people. So that's one of the things that come into play. And people generally don't try to look at that, and they get surprised when some of us not bring that up. That for African black folks, since we tell people we can't be anti-Semitic when we know who we are. When we know who we are, we can't be anti-Semitic. And so, but that's another story for another show. But we're gonna move on to this. Yeah. What's up with the Raiders? What is up with the Raiders? And we're gonna go to Coach Julius Hall. What's up with the Raiders? We know you down with the Kansas City Chiefs, and they've always been rivals to the Raiders. But again, what's up with the Raiders?
Well, the Raiders are just a tackle away from being great. They're just an interception away from being undefeated. They're just a missed block away from running it all the way to the end zone. So, some teams just don't, some days, any given Sunday, it happens. It happens any given Sunday. So, ain't nothing wrong with the Raiders. They'll be all right. They'll probably win 6 in a row after a while. then you'd be saying, man, where these guys come from? Like I said, the only thing separating the number 1 and the number 50 team is a missed tackle.
All right. And so, Coach Al Pompey, what some people are saying that the issue is Josh McDaniels. So, what's up with the Raiders? What's up with the Raiders?
I tell you, man, coaches, I haven't seen the coach yet this season put on a uniform. The coach go out there, he coach. We need to get back to the basics. Players play the game. Coaches coach, managers manage. You know, like Coach Julius Hall said, the Raiders, they're not a bad team. I mean, they got some pretty good players. I mean, one, Josh Jacobs, that guy's great. But one missed tackle away, one touchdown away. I think their first 8 between the last 6 and 7 weeks, they only lost each game by less than 10 points. So, I mean, it's not a pretty good team. They need to get back to the basics.
All right.
You got to say, Bernard.
Coach Bernard Brown, what's your thoughts? What's up with the Raiders? What's going on with the Raiders, Coach Bernard Brown?
Man, the Raiders sorry as hell. They're sorry. Man, they ain't got no quarterback. Man. They ain't got no coach. The Raiders ain't going to win until they wake Al Davis up out his grave and say, just win, baby, just win. That's the – tell it like it is. I hate they need to take off that black and gray. Matter of fact, they didn't leave Las Vegas where it's gambling and everything. Go back to Oakland at the end of the day. Trust me. Yeah. Come on, keep it. They're sorry, man. They can't beat the Atlanta Falcons. They can't even beat the Atlanta Falcons.
Hold on. Don't be talking about my team, man.
They one tackle away. They left. Man, they 1 century away. Really, George and Al? Really? Come on, man.
So, Coach LA, what's your thoughts with the Raiders? What's up with the Raiders?
Man, one thing I can't disrespect is the Raiders. Not the Raiders, but the Falcons, because they beat my team. But the Raiders, they do suck. It's the coaching. It's about Josh McDaniel. Since he's been a head coach, he has a losing record. He got fired because he has a losing record. He still has a losing record as a head coach in the NFL. He's going to get fired again. The best thing that he can be is an offensive coordinator to the New England Patriots. It's a fact. It's on the record. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's just call it what it is. He's terrible as a head coach, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being the best offensive coordinator in the NFL. You're still going to make $1 million. You're just not, Bill Walsh. You're not the top of the echelon. You're just the offensive coordinator, but it's all good. When you're an offensive coordinator, your team wins. You're a head coach, your team loses.
Yeah,
right.
True.
So now we move on to this right here. The Falcons on top of the NFC South. The Falcons. So, Coach Bernard Brown, what's your thoughts with regards to that? And Coach Julius Hall already let us know we just got 10 minutes, so we're going to try to hit at least 2 others if we can, if not just one of them. So, the Falcons, top of the NFC South?
Hey, man, we'll be on top. Come on now. They what, 4? They're 4-5 and 3. Man, that's the worst division. 4-4. That's the worst division in NFL. And if Carolina would have beat them, Carolina would have been number 1, 3-5.
Exactly.
Really?
All right. So, Coach Julius Hall, what's your thoughts with regards to this? Again, the Falcons, top of the NFC South.
My thoughts is we need to help you with the agenda every week because I just made the topics.
Huh? You said what?
I can just make the topics.
I can't understand what you're saying. That's what I'm saying.
They 4-4. They 4-4 in first place. They're not even newsworthy. That's like news. That's like the news reporting that the dog just got hit on Millen Street when you got 10 players going to the NFL from Savannah State. But they ain't gonna report that, but they'll report about the dog. Man, come on.
We do have Falcon fans who are watching. So, Coach LA, what's your thoughts with regard to Coach LA?
Hey,
The Falcons,
man,
top
I
of the
cannot
NFC.
disrespect the Falcons. They beat the shit out of my 49ers. I will not disrespect the team that beat my team. They're in first division because they're first in the division because they deserve to be first in the division. Simple as that. It's the fucking NFL. Oh, so whoa, sorry.
yeah.
Yo, it's the NFL. Anybody can be in first place, just like every other division. Name me one division where the team that's supposed to not be in the winning division is winning the division. It's NFL, man. You don't know who's gonna win each and every Sunday.
So, Coach Al, what's your thoughts with regards to the Falcons being on top of the NFC South?
I tell you, I got a newfound love for the Falcons, but I did tell my Falcons lover, Julius Hall, I told him that the Falcons wasn't gonna win anything until Matt Ryan left. And hey, they're at the top of the division now. So I can't say that I was right. And I'm picking the Falcons as my second team. 4-4, baby. Here we go. 4-4.
Atlanta's not gonna win the division. Let's be honest.
All right.
Hey, but will we even be talking about this if DJ Moore wouldn't have took his helmet off? Or we haven't even been talking. Was this even been a conversation?
Right.
It's not about the helmet. It's about the dub.
All right. So now we move on to the Astros. And Coach Al Pompey, what's your thoughts with regards to the Astros? They had a no-hitter on last night.
Astros, World Series winners, baby. Take it all, Astros. Let's go, Houston. Their pitching staff is awesome. It's gonna be tough to beat the Astros.
All right. Coach Julius Hall, what's your thoughts with regards to the Astros, Dusty Baker and the crew?
I told you Philly. Philly just wanted to make it look good so they can make more money off of baseball. It's 3-2 right now, right?
2-2.
2-2.
Huh?
2-2.
What is it?
2-2.
What the score is now?
2-2. The series 2-2.
Oh, what the score is?
Said score.
They're playing tonight, right?
I thought they played tomorrow.
No, they're playing tonight.
They're playing
They're playing tonight.
Okay. All right. Well, just hold on. Philly be back.
Okay. All right. Coach LA, what's your thoughts with regards to the Astros, the Stros?
Hey, I'm definitely an Astros hater. They beat my Yankees. Let's go, Philly. Let's go, Big Talker. Let's get that dub tonight. Let's get that World Series. We don't want these cheating Astros getting the dub under our belt. Let's go. Bryce.
All right.
High school phenom.
2-1 for Houston, up 2-1 in the fourth.
Coach Bernard Brown, what's your thoughts regarding the Stros?
Hey, it's not over with. Philly, hey, they're making a good series because they thought Houston was gonna sweep them 4-0, but Dusty Baker will find if Duffy don't win, that'll be his first World Series after all these teams he went there. So, but I'm going with Philly. I think Philly gonna put it out, and then Al gonna have to take all that whole uniform off.
Hey, it's 2-1, top of the fourth right now. Houston up the back.
That's all right. Philly get it.
So we throw out this last one. It would be kind of quick. It is NFL. Who's real or who's not real? Who's real who's not real? Real or not real? Who is it? Coach Julius Hall, who's real and who's not real?
Real is the Kansas City Chiefs. Not real is the Atlanta Falcons.
All right. Coach Al Pompey, real or not real?
Real is the Philadelphia Eagles. Not real is the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay. All right. Coach Bernard Brown, real or not real?
Real is the Philadelphia Eagles. Not real is the Dallas Cowboys.
And Coach LA would say San Francisco is real.
Real is Atlanta Falcons, 4-4.
All right.
Yeah.
And so like, look at we got like 2 more minutes, right, Coach Julius Hall, or what?
No, your time is up now.
Oh, okay. Tom Brady became open about what was going on with him and Giselle. You know, so what's the thoughts on that? Anybody?
Tom Brady want to kill Antonio Brown for that shirt he made about his ex-wife. That's what Tom Brady worried about.
Man, Tom Brady, he got rich people problems, man. If I was getting divorced tomorrow, nobody would even care. He got rich people problems. Let him have that.
And you know she worth $400 million. He's only worth $250 million.
Mm.
You know, that's those rich people problems.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
This has been Ebony Sports Reporters. So we don't have Coach Julius Hall saying we went over time and he can't air the show. And so again, thank you all for tuning in. We see y'all next week. We say share. Check out the other shows on Our Black Media Network.
Yep. All right. Y'all be good, brother.
All
Y'all
right.
fellas, good night.
Hey.
All right. Let's go Falcons.
like that.